If I were to give you $50, what would you do with it?
I'd eat.
How long can you eat? How long can you live on $50?
I don't know.
I would bet not very long.
You would bet.
I'll tell you what. You come with me back to Vegas. I'll loan you $50. I'll show you what you did wrong.
Hey folks, it's Jim from the Movie Rewind, and with the full trailer dropping for Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master out last week, I thought I'd take a look back on his directorial debut, Hard 8. Sidney, played by Philip Baker Hall, is a gambler in his 60s who approaches a young man named John, played by John C. Reilly, down and out sitting outside a diner with no money to bury his recently passed away mother. Sidney offers him help by taking John back to Las Vegas and showing him how to make money and survive. 2 years later, Sidney and John become very close, but their friendship will be tested by the likes of two people who work at the casino. The first being Clementine, played by Gwyneth Paltrow, a cocktail waitress who starts to date John. The second is Jimmy, played by Samuel Jackson, who does security work and is a man Sidney isn't too fond of. John and Clementine's actions will put Sidney in some serious trouble as we try to put together why Sidney is helping John in the first place. Hard 8 is an odd film as it drastically changes by the 45-minute mark, but I think for the better. While Sidney showing John the ropes is initially interesting, I think it's been done to death. Instead, we get a much more low-key, engaging movie about characters and less about location and atmosphere. Aside from Sidney, most of these characters aren't too bright. Jackson's threatening Jimmy, who hates being condescended to, would easily fit in a thriller by the Coen brothers. Reilly does his usual sweet but dumb shtick, while Paltrow is far more interesting when she plays damaged screw-ups like these. However, the film belongs to Philip Baker Hall as the gambler, an old kind soul wanting to keep a low profile. He's patient, but far more than he has any right to be. So when Clementine and John make a serious error in judgment, it's refreshing to see a character like Sidney trying to help them, and it will be made clear as to why he helps them later in the film. Beautifully shot by one of Anderson's regular DPs, Robert Elswood, the film does move at a slow pace. One scene at a motel goes on for 15 minutes without any of the characters really saying or doing anything useful. I know if I were Sidney in this scene, I would have lost my patience pretty quickly with John. Despite some small gripes, Hard 8 is a terrific directorial debut that would lead to Anderson tuning his craft for better films later in his career. That's it from the Movie Rewind. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.